These stories are still incredibly important, and specifically this one with Coke and the NAACP. I couldn't wait to share it with you guys because it's so eye-opening, and it's so important for us if we're going to parse through information, if we're going to major on the majors, not major on the minors, that we understand that this kind of stuff exists, because there's many in the progressive and even in the evangelical world who just seem oblivious to the reality of what I'm going to expose to you guys today. So just recently, on Twitter, a guy named Callie Means sent out a couple of tweets about some really important things pertaining to Coca-Cola and the NAACP. So apparently, Callie Means was a former consultant for Coca-Cola, and he was in a backroom meeting with the NAACP and with Coke, where he says that it was incredibly shocking how apparent and obvious the NAACP and Coke were being about demonizing their opponents for the sake of monetary gain. So this is the story in a nutshell. Coke gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to the NAACP for various initiatives that they gave in kind of like tax deductible offerings, those kind of things. And in return for that, the NAACP in this meeting promised that any opponents to Coke that try to stand up against them, that they would immediately call them racist and try to figure out a way that these companies or these people or these entities were racist. Now, what this does is it reveals how there are corporate industries out there that are in bed with other institutions, and they are using race as a weapon to try to wield it against other people. So this is what is called the weaponization of race. Now, this should come as no surprise to anybody who's familiar with the guy named Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, who actually figured out a long time ago, before BLM was raking in $90 million in a single year, learned that you can weaponize race and it'll be incredibly financially beneficial to you. Reverend Al Sharpton has done nothing but show up wherever people are angry and try to stir up that anger and gin up that anger into money to himself. That's the only reason this guy now has a show on MSNBC. So there's a long history of weaponizing race, and it is being done in the present and was done in the past specifically by Black Lives Matter, who, like I said, enriched themselves to the tune of $90 million. So this woke virtue signaling from corporations that around Pride Month every year want to put rainbow flags on everything, and the people who want to try to make everything about race and try to extort you into agreeing with them if they can just throw in the word racist, homophobe, or any other kind of phobe that they want to. These are the people who are actually extorting you because they have a financial motive. Reminds me to ask yourself this question. Where's the money? Or show me the money. Because very often there's a motive. Everybody's got one. And in this case, it's completely financial, because hundreds of thousands of dollars was given to the NAACP. And this is something that was reported all the way back in 2013 by the Huff Post, when they reported that the NAACP went to court against the Bloomberg administration when the Bloomberg administration was trying to place a bill into New York that would stop companies from selling sodas and drinks that had a high kind of sugar count. So I think it was anything that was over 16 grams of sugar in a serving of a liquid beverage, that they would not be able to sell that beverage. Now, of course, this is where Coke got immediately on the ball to get the NAACP on their side. And the NAACP took this bill to task and went to court and sued the Bloomberg administration and made this bill go away conveniently. Now, many people back in 2013, including the Huff Post, were asking the question, what does the NAACP have to do with getting rid of this Bloomberg administration bill that's trying to eliminate high sugar drinks for kids and especially minority communities? Because after all, right, the NAACP is there to protect minority communities, protect people from civil rights violations. There may be one or two people at the NAACP who actually care about this. But why would they do it? Well, of course, we know now, and Callie Means told us that the NAACP was sitting in back rooms with Coca-Cola, and they were willing to defend Coca-Cola in this instance because they had given them hundreds of thousands of dollars to demonize their opponents and to make sure that they protect places like Coke. Now, they do this at the expense of black people, by the way, because studies have gone to show that minority communities largely are the people impacted by these high-caloric, high-sugar drinks that are very cheap to ascertain. And so you would think that the NAACP would stand up against Coke and fight Coke, but you can't do that when Daddy's giving you some money. So you just got done watching a small excerpt of a much larger episode. You can find the link to that full episode down below in the description of this video, so you definitely need to check that out, because if you like that clip, you'll like the much larger episode. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click that little bell to be notified when great new episodes of Indie Thinker come your way. Thanks for watching.